Blackpits. Looting textures. Oh, whatever. This is one of the areas where that might be troublesome for me. White Magister Jonathan. The huge amount of void walk in the spawn right on top of that. It's not dangerous to me. I mean, it's trivial to me. There's like two damage types to enemies too. Earth and fire, so I can get immunity easily enough. But I would have to protect an ally while doing that. And every second that I'm not killing someone efficiently and more damage gonna be poured onto the ally. So things will get harder and harder the less I manage to kill. And I might have to use some babysitting.
Some slain by
keep them alive.
Others, perhaps not.
Which means my attack power will go down and down and down. Or rather, action points spent on attacking instead of trying to heal and cast protect spells on him. So I'm not sure how that will go. Rather, I'm not sure how drastic type of precautions we have to take to keep the fucker alive. Ability wise, there's a limit to what I can do. I can do the uncanny evasion probably twice. Once on target, once on area effect. I can prevent him from dying for 2 turns with a necromancy spell. And I might be able to put a cryomancy immunity on him. Do I have it? I don't have it. Well, fuck me. Need to go buy abilities before we do that fight. Well, I can clear the area up until that point. Maybe do the purchasing of the skills.
The spirit, a faint sound catches your ear, an unseen. The woman's spirit lies.
Fire would be useful in the first part of that fight, totally worthless in the second part. I did check on the fight. There's no way to prevent the fire voidlings from appearing after the oil ones. So no matter what you do, if you don't start a fire, the fire ones still appear. I'm not sure how it's determined that is the Blackpits going to be destroyed by the fire, or
These
can you
people
prevent
slain
it?
by blades, not voidwoken.
There's probably something that determines it, something very specific, but I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure I care enough to really find out either. I'm gonna have my hands full with simply keeping the ally alive. We do have a lot of corpses here, so technically we could plant a battlefield there. Detonate corpse, mass detonate corpse.
More slaughter. Killed by voidwoken, who were killed in turn
Because there's no way I have
themselves.
enough elemental spells to deal with the enemies. Physical damage would probably be great, except I don't really do physical damage. Necromancy and corpse explosions would be the only ways I could do that. Probably some super spells too. I might have scrolls. You might think it's a waste. And it is to a certain degree, but the scrolls exist for me to get through the rough parts without having to adjust my skills to rely on. And I think this is going to be one of those rough parts. Easy to survive, hard to ace perfectly. Jars of honey. Yeah. I could do love grenades. They wouldn't kill the enemy, but we could delay them in certain places. I don't think that's a great option, though. It's not reliable enough. And it costs a decent amount, doesn't do any damage. Still, I can't say it wouldn't be useful, so we could make a few extra ones. But I'm pretty sure I picked up just a second ago a lot of honey. Where the hell is it? Empty honey jars. I'm not even sure charm works on the blasted things.
Don't hurt me!
Ooh, we need to steal from her.
Like I told them Magisters, Magisters told me to stand out front till
She closes.
everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright.
Huntsman and Scoundrel. Not bad. I don't like their earthquake ring. It's not that great of a spell. What do I have? I'd like to add the mass corpse explosion to this available spells. Alternatively, chain lightning. Do we have corpses nearby? Nope. Chain lightning. I have to withdraw anyway. I can't use powerful spells when there's so many innocents around us. I suppose I could let them die, but they'll just cause me quests.
They don't
He nods.
if you're on the
The young woman squeezes her eyes shut in terror, but says nothing.
there's no
No magical defense. Prime target for some charm effects. We have you too, right? Let them come to us. As long as they get remove themselves from the hostages. We can get the melee fighters close to each other, that'd be great too, because I can just love potion the ball. They will basically do my work for me against the mages then. They're spreading a little bit too thin though. And it has a shield now. We don't need to cause a huge amount of fuss here. I don't want oil. I want the soldiers to be able to move easily. Them getting more damage is fine. Go invisible. They might want to kill each other at that point. They're not gonna do anything. These guys will basically kill the Magister. Delay. One Inquisitor down. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. That's 2 action points for me. And let's explode a corpse.
Done nothing wrong.
What to do with you? Can't threaten me, so let him come closer. Easier for me to kill him. Are these two? Right, not much of a fight. Happy that I was able to use the love grenade for some good effect here. Play skin scroll, very useful. Halves resistances. I'm gonna have to eat one of your souls. You're a volunteer.
Are you proud?
A crooked
I know.
I
know your type.
The Majesty.
High quality earth. Decent loot. And who are you guys?
Over here. Can you untie me? Thank you.
Her tears.
It's like a bad nightmare.
The young man grunted.
Thanks.
He looked.
We didn't.
The woman teared for the grieving mother.
Thank you.
She blinks out.
To lose a child. It's true. He's not got.
She glanced.
Shouldn't have let that Hanag woman near.
Her mouth.
I've already lost more than I can bear today. You will?
She ekes out another.
Make sure. Thanks, stranger. But please, don't go. Not yet.
Sweet soul.
It looks like there's anything too valuable here. Couple books, jar of honey, 2 pouches. Decent leggings, than what I currently have. Yeah. That's a rare treat. It was a random piece of loot too. Wonder how much extra loot you would really get if you would invest in Lucky Charm. I mean, I have maybe 1 or 2 points coming from an equipment piece. Yeah, and it still is basically providing us a decent amount of loot, useful loot, level appropriate loot. So putting it thoroughly, it would probably just increase the likelihood of getting the loot, so it wouldn't you wouldn't get better loot. It's always level appropriate, not high magic level, but still level appropriate. So you could more or less keep yourself equipped by adventuring instead of having to go on shopping trips.
Come out, sorcerer. No harm will come to you.
When he turns to.
Since when does rape hire mercenaries? The source seen a wound, but don't tell me you care, mercenary. He's a sorcerer. If the Inferno takes him, then justice is done. He only has himself to blame. Now, why would you say that?
He gives you a long look.
Sorcerer.
Trying to wait the patroller to come closer so she'll be part of the fight. Probably in this group here. There's a corpse nearby, so we can detonate that. How big of the area of effect? Get 2 guys. It would have a good impact on 3 enemies. Holy shit, you have no armor. any elevated position. Good, we're gonna get a reduction in fire abilities. Let me go invisible. I'll do a couple of extra buffs though. If they could maintain those positions, that would be wonderful. If not, we'll just load an attack. They're in a fairly good spot for us. I'm not gonna give them a turn anymore. Two corpses there we detonate. Wait a goddamn minute. I have a chain lightning, right. Should have got the corpse exploded. One enemy remaining. You can always disable him, so I'm not particularly concerned what he does or doesn't do. Nice. Me corpse exploding. Well, gotta eat something.
The spirit stares down and he turns to... He raises...
Pyrokinetic and Necromancer. Not bad. Might be better than the Stolen Ring. Been particularly interesting.
The man brandishes a sword, ready to fight. A curious weapon,
I
simple
think
but
we
weighty.
could convince
It seems
him
out
to
of
give up
place in
his
the hands of a
sword,
simple
something along
worker,
those lines,
if that's what
it.
he is.
Back! Magister. The Magisters are dead. What? All of them? And you did that? You have them.
He gives you a...
Did I get anything from this? Quest completed, something? Right, we're starting to have carry weight problems again, so it wouldn't be a horrible idea to head back to town anyway. And we need to take a look at a few spells, because I was sort of ignoring them, because I have no reason to heal others, but the fight with the ally coming up, that might change. A little bit of preparation might save us a lot of headache.
Sorry. This was my father's house.
He sighs.
Well,
If he were the crying type, he'd shed a tear, but that doesn't...
We might as well steal from him at this point. We're to teleport away anyway, and doesn't look like we're gonna get anything new out of
this
him.
was my dead father's house. Sorry, Dad.
Doesn't really matter where we teleport as long as it's away from here.
Sorry, Dad.
Right. Healing spells.
Have you anything that will protect against Voidwiker?
No, we should go this ship first, because I have no recollection what we have actually in store and what we haven't. Might have exactly what we need. I've been just saving them for combination spells. Possibly at least. Grenades might not be a horrible idea either. Yeah, but blind effects might work. I think we should learn everything we basically haven't learned already, even though it might look totally worthless. It looks mostly like fairly basic skills, most of which we already know. And the only real exception really is them summoning spells. Naturally we have no use for them. Marksman's Fang. Yeah, I don't see myself using this, but at the same time, it wouldn't be a horrible thing to actually know it. Wooden logs are things I don't need to carry with me. In some ways I'm not actually sure about that. Might want to make some scrolls. We have very few air scrolls, for example. But shopping comes first. Yeah, we probably have to. The thing is, physical damage, air, cold. Those will be the things that are valuable to us if we want to kill things quickly.
Glad to see
And
you
we don't
well.
have that many of them, so I might have to replenish my stock. Arcane Stitch fully restores magic armor, removes frozen stun, blah blah blah. It could be useful, but I doubt it. It's because it uses a source point. I mean, it will be useful, but it's not that useful. Same thing with these. They're just of limited use. For me personally, they're only useful after the catastrophe has already happened, so it's worthless. And they would be very situational even against with allies. Cryogenic stasis, yeah right. Though incapacitated, they become immune to all damage and heal over time. Remove Shackle's pain. Yeah. So basically play the guy out of the fight for a couple of turns, but he'll heal during that time and then he's immune to damage. So yes. Is that the only thing we were missing? Pretty much. If we could cause decay, we could also use healing spells to do damage. But that would require cursed blood. I was sort of thinking we might use cursed surfaces as a way to combat the hostile cursed surfaces. Big problem is the necro fire that's gonna spread around. Normal fire is easily to counter, but necro fire is pretty much impossible. You'd have to remove the curse first with a bless before you can do anything with the surface. But I think it might work the other way around too. So if we have created a cursed surface there, like a cursed ice or something, the fire won't easily just replace it anymore. Could be wrong on that. But I'm not sure if I am. Doesn't have anything particularly useful. Good necromantic spells wouldn't be exactly unwanted either. Grasp of the Starred. Anything that's covered in blood gets dealt physical damage. And is crippled so they can't move. Could be very useful. A bit costly on the source point front though. Living on the edge. This is what we wanted. Target character's vitality cannot be reduced below 1 point. Curse Smoke. Suffocating blind on all characters. Trumpet of Death is used on for something. Not sure if it's a scroll, probably a potion in fact. No, it is at least for reactive armor, which is ridiculous. Actually, no. Resist all is Trumpet of Death, right? Yeah, resist reactive armor is a piece of shit, but is it though? What I mean is, if we're basically at the top of a pyramid in the fight, so if the area of effect is spread according to height with the reactive armor, we could attack everyone with a physical attack at the cost of losing some physical armor ourselves, which is irrelevant to us because the enemy is using magical attacks. So we could easily change our physical armor to damage against them. It's a good trade-off if we can make it. But I still have a lot of excess crap at this point. These gauntlets are only used for thievery, and I have better thievery gauntlets. Teleportation gauntlets, I'm never gonna use these. The idea is ridiculous at this point. Yeah, I'm using these. What about the belt? Belt is certainly gonna be used. I'm reluctant to use the named rings, or sell them off rather. Mist Descendants. This has potential because of the aerial theurge bonus. Warfare is nice, but usually not used. You have too many daggers, too many bows. Water Wand might not be a horrible idea either, because we could create ice surfaces on demand. It also cripples targets. Critical chance increase. Against fire voidlings, what could be better? The bonus would be that we could use the ice effect of this to maintain the cursed ice. I think the timer when it's removed is gonna be basically reset every time something adds to the ice. So a little bit of with 2 action points maximum we could maintain the ice throughout the entire fight. No, don't sell that. It's a garbage wand, but it allows us to maintain a poison surface, or create one wherever we want. Two-handed source hammer. Frost grenades. That it is enough. Right, 2 vital spells.
Until later then.
Free weight situation is better. Like another earth resistance potion of 50% or higher. Probably should start buying trumpets of death or resist all potions.
I'm alright, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Right, I need a earth tongue mushroom. Single one should do.
Have you heard any news?
Nothing good. Void woken are everywhere. Thank the divine you're here to protect us.
Right, 2 earth 50% resistances, 3 fire 50% resistances, 175. Yeah, that's not gonna be a problem. I'm under no threat from the fight.
Keeping it together, Bree.
Do I need anything else?
I'm alright, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Can't really think of any.
There's a lot of
I might
cover
want
for
to
the jumping
craft some
season.
scrolls, because There's no way my spellcasting abilities are going to be enough to see us to fight. It's probably 20 enemies we'll have to kill. If we use the enemies cleverly against each other, the number will go down, but it's still a significant number, and I don't have the luxury of time. All these protection spells and heal spells and whatever, they will buy me a couple of turns of time. That's it. I can't heal through the incoming damage either with the ally. So I'm not. There's no point focusing on healing. I need to be able to prevent death or prevent incoming damage. Something much more drastic. Right. Let's look at the crafting options we have. Fishies probably would be good. Poison is worthless. Earth is worthless. Fire is worthless. Black Shroud could curse them, but it doesn't do damage. Chain Lightning, I don't think I could do that. It requires wool or yarn as a component, so not really an option. Lucky Paws for a closed circuit. I think that's a spell I could actually buy. I wonder if it works on a rabbit paw. If it does, we'll make one. I doubt it though. Because I don't have the book. Might be something I can buy now though. And even if I just take the scroll, I can think of uses for it, so it's fine. Test it. Yeah, it doesn't work. You need a very specific type of paw. Epidemic of Fire, not useful. Ethereal Storm would be useful. Orbs and carrots. Do I have all of these already? Ethereal Storm attacks with random elements and heals, depending on if it's attacking an ally or hitting an ally or a friendly. But I don't like the general idea because it's unreliable. It might be very good, or you might be wasting a huge amount of things. It's not something I can plan on. Earth Eruption, not useful. Skin Graft, we already have it. Steam Lance doesn't do shit. Artillery Plant is poison. Intentional Curse, High Quality Tormented Soul and Void Fish. Do I have a single Void Fish? I probably have at least one Void Fish. Poison Fish. I might have the Void Fish actually. I'm pretty sure I picked up something. Specifically for the need. At the same time, I'm certain I didn't pick up all that much. Doctor's Scroll. You can certainly sacrifice a Tormented Soul for this. This would be for the purpose of creating a curse field of surface on our own to hold the enemy necromantic surface at bay. Because if the worst thing that can happen to our guys is that they'll freeze on it when they move, that's great, because it'll counter fire and it will keep them out of trouble. Basically it doesn't do damage to them. What? Where's the... There we go. A curse. Curse target character or surface. Anything that does physical damage. We could also turn things to chicken, I guess. But we have those components already. Decaying Touch, we have plenty of those, and they're usually not all that useful. The enemy would have to be so close. Mind Domination, we have that in the Love Grenade form. Grasp of the Starred. Infection is probably the best one we could hope for. We have a plenty of shadow essences and intestines, and it's a good attack ability, really. Other thing is we could make grenades out of this. That would be a chemical warfare grenade. I think it sets disease status or something like that. That could be useful for us. Yeah, set diseased. So a lot of the poison damage is irrelevant. It will probably heal them because it detonates or it's earth damage. But it drops their vitality and drops their damage they do. So it wouldn't be a bad thing to have one of those. Living wall, can't do that. High quality air and chanterelle allows me to do swap scrolls. That's not a bad thing. I mean, I have the ability, but sometimes you just need to teleport more than you have easily options for, so an extra bit of boost there wouldn't hurt. Need a air essence high quality one for this though. I only have one. I'll take it. This would be more or less to get our ally out of trouble, or maybe transfer a corpse to a perfect place. Pressure spike, high quality, I can't do that. Rain, I think I have plenty of rain scrolls. Yeah, 3, that's enough. Can always buy more, they're fairly cheap. Bloated corpse, I don't want to do summons. Reactive armor. Trumpet. It's too much for an ability that's that shitty. I'll pass that up for now. I do want to know one thing. Does its range increase when we go to a higher altitude or not? If not, then it's borderline worthless to me. Not much we can do besides that. The requirements are too demanding, basically. Winter Blast might be possible. It's a fairly good attack spell, especially because it doesn't attack friendlies. Can't do all that many of them. I'm pretty sure there's at least one fishy who allows us to do it. Yeah. That's it. Not exactly perfect, is it? It'll do. It'll have to do. I'm somewhat interested in going to the shopkeepers and see if they sell essences. We're very low on a lot of them. Might also get a short circuit spell book. Grasp of the Starred. He's not really selling anything we're interested in. Ooh, I'll take that back. Skull room frame. Large masterwork room. Yeah, I'm taking this back immediately. We can do a gigantic rune at this point if we just find the correct components. What do we want to boost? Intellect, I guess. Masterwork also boosted something else, like memory. We can Produce a giant venom rune, probably thunder too. I'll just pay for these. Without pixie dust, they cannot be improved further though. I need at least one better high quality pixie dust. Probably can't buy it here, so
Buying or selling?
that's not important.
You're safe among friends.
Play skin scroll, yeah, I'll take that.
Smells worse over
And
here
glance,
than a
anything
dozen
particularly
rotten
useful.
eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Then don't come over. While you're buying anything.
I don't come visit you.
Also interested in essences.
Back for a return visit, are you?
Closed circuit. It's a lot of damage.
Keeping it together, Bree.
At least 100 points more than the other spell. To enemies around you, creates curse static cloud on the edge of the spell. Right. Curse is just a bonus.
God knows what'd stop those beasts.
Epidemic of fire. I'll buy these. We can make them, but I basically would prefer the scrolls in many cases, but I still can't ignore the skills themselves. What the hell does Flaming Tongues even do? Attacks with fire the enemies that get close to you. Right, could be useful, could be sort of worthless. We could combine it with Supernova, Fire Immunity, so to basically blast a huge amount of enemies that come right next to me. Forced Exchange. Exchange vitality percentages with target character. Yeah, this is a troll killing spell.
Keeping it together, Bree.
Switch terrain isn't particularly useful.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
It's a lot of money down the drain, but can't be helped. All for a good cause.
Yep.
And we needed to make these purchases sooner or later anyway. Probably would have been better if I had made them a long time ago. Trumpets of Death. Either resist all potions or reactive armors. Life Essence. Not sure high quality fire essence are all that useful. They're cheap, way much.
Until later then.
While you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit your ton, who will?
What'd you like to know?
Keeping it
Right.
together, Bree.
There's only one thing we really need to test.
As long as I don't think about it too much.
A reactive armor.
You're safe among friends.
Does it actually
Never forget it.
extend its range by elevation? If it does, it has potential, and I'll probably try to get more scrolls at some point. If it doesn't, we can more or less ignore it. I do have the spell right, of course I don't. Because it would be worthless, because I thought it was worthless. Is it? It's Earth spell, I think. Might be a combination spell. More likely it's just a outright Earth spell. Yeah. So who the hell sells Earth? Someone must sell it. The elves will at least sell it. Might be easy to go just meet them. Do I have it in a scroll form? No, not even a single one. Yeah, that's a problem. I probably had it at some point and decided to... it's worthless, so I'm just going to do something else with it. Now it's starting to lose... well, I can't say if it's worthless or not, it might be, but at worst I'll waste like 2000 gold at most. It is a waste, but something I can easily live with.
I see the good in you.
Please, hurry. Anything you can find out. Anything you can do to bring her home. She cannot be lost.
The damage isn't all that notable. You also damage yourself. But in this case it doesn't matter in the slightest.
Does not fester.
Right, the damage is very small. I don't think it's going to spread to... yeah, I mean, how... even if it would, it would still be pitiful. So yeah, I think that's a worthless spell. Now we have it. More or less our preparations are made. Well, it's hard to say. Usually these abilities don't really... wouldn't not even hit there. I can't say it's a good one. Yeah, I think it's a piece of shit. Also, it doesn't even differentiate between friends or foe. Hurt yourself, huge cooldowns. I don't really see the point of this skill. I suppose it's a little extra something, but might as well cast something else. Right, fire abilities in general will be of limited use. I mean, we might want to have something, like the mines could be very useful. Not sure about the mass deploy mines, but there are magisters there too. But the magisters are not really my concern. They would be useful against the oil creatures. Earth is not gonna do shit to anyone. I don't think physical fortification is gonna do really anyone any good. Probably want more electricity attacks. Yeah, let's test the closed circuit. What type of range are we talking about? It's a reactive armor level of worthlessness. You really have to be on top of the enemy to be able to do anything. But it at least it selects targets, so it only attacks enemies. Might be a little bit too expensive for us. Action point cost isn't too bad, so this would be actually very good in the scroll form. So if you could bypass the cost, source point cost, and it's possible. How the hell do you turn into lucky paws though? That's I have no idea. I haven't seen a single one so far. Maybe someone sells them. I haven't been paying attention, but you also get air immunity. Sets shocked for 2 turns. So yeah, this has a lot of potential. I still think it's a great scroll. It's not a good spell to memorize. Terrain transmutation could have some uses, but killing is the more important thing. Exchange vitality percentages with target character. Technically useful, but the source point cost is again very high, so I don't see us using that. Earth damage is worthless, we have a lot of fire, so if we want big spells it'll pretty much have to be chain lightning. I guess we could skip that. It's not gonna fork 8 times, that's just ridiculous. Tornado would be useful. Blinding Radiance. We want physical damage attacks though. Area of effect preferably. Living on the edge needs to be taken. We need the cryo whatever. Not sure I want the less. Technically it would be useful, but it would use up a source point which we can more effectively use on offensive abilities. Mosquito Swarm. I don't think this is good enough. Infect. We could create blood and curse it too. That would cause healing spells to do damage, but I don't really have all that many of those either. Not in scroll form or spell form. I don't have a teleportation spell, really? Yeah, that's pretty much a must-have. So I don't think I had the luxury of going invisible. We are in a very tough situation where I have to help an ally. So if I go invisible, they'll just kill him more quickly. Adrenaline could be very lifesaver in some tough situation. Is that it? Pretty much, yeah. So take a long-range electricity attack. Or, yeah, Blazing Bolt might not be bad. Because we already have some long-range shocking abilities, so adding to those. In that sense, the chain lightning could also work fairly well for us. But we're sort of running out of points or memory slots at that point. Everything in that sense could be a little bit useful. We could ditch the fireball. But I don't know. We do need to kill the oil voidlings too, I can't just ignore them. But I could ignite things with grenades. But what would be so valuable that I absolutely have to have it? I can't think of anything. Well, I can't say this is amazingly good, but might be enough.
The spirit of
A word of the wise, friend. Never help a sorcerer. They'll only bring... No. But when they came for him, he conjured up all these monsters.
I want to see if there are other preparations I need to make or have to make. I think there's at least one I do have to do. There's a trader near the combat area that disappears if we start a fight. So if we want to interact with her, steal from her, we will have to basically do it now. I want to get into the actual fight immediately on the next time. There's a good chance it could still be going very badly for us if I've missed some kind of a component of the fight. I think I've been very thorough on this. But you never know. Can I just walk through here? We might have an option to get these guys involved in the fighting. But I'll probably have to destroy the gate so they can basically see what's happening here. That might not be a horrible idea. Because the Magisters will not win the fight against the Voidlings. No way. If they have a few extra guys helping, that would aid me and hit the Magisters.
Suspicious. Here.
I apologize. I didn't know.
Relieved, he gives you a stiff.
Level appropriate dagger. How to make love grenades. Right. I'm gonna destroy this wall. Not like this. I don't want to damage the weapon. How are we gonna do it then? They're looking for hostiles. So just throwing around spells is slightly dangerous. Might have to just bash that. No, we have wands. Might not be great overall, but I would lose memory slots. Do I have enough durability on this to even break this son of a bitch? Possibly. Didn't really expect this complication to happen. Okay, they are not gonna open the door on their own. They're not hostile to me. I think if one of them joins the fight, the other two will fight too, so it's a good spot, and she's looking directly here. Voidlings will spawn at this at the most. So she should have a... If we throw some enemy there, that might be enough. Right, here is Shriekers and a patrolling guardsman. I'm not sure if there's any chance of him doing it.
Around camp, but watch it. If you come...
Looks like trouble ahead. The Divine Order kind of trouble.
Like if we really want to survive, we can always hide near the Shriekers. They'll kill everything. The trader should be near the entrance to the cave system here, cave digging site. Turtle. Right. Quarter Mistress Anna. Don't particularly want to trade anything with her, but I just want to steal whatever she has.
The Magister Quartermistress.
Oh, it's good to bake it. I doubt it could be better than my...
Her eyes like...
Ooh, and our troops need all the home well, but there's some... All I know is that it's well above... Happy too.
Standard scrolls, some interesting grenades. Any useful items? Just determines what we're going to steal. This is a good one. It's a better shield that provides the same initiative that the current shield provides, so it's pretty much a direct upgrade. Magical metal shield. And that'll be it. That's fine.
Good day to you.
We could trap the ally in a tent, but I don't want to go there unless I have no other choice. Also, this is a dead end, so we would still be trapped. If we would go north, we would have the possibility of continuing to escape. Vicious Helm. Like, it's not like the thought never occurred to me to just try to get the ally out of there. The thing is, there's not enough teleportation in the world for me to get that done. So I think it's better to just try to buy time and kill the enemy as quickly as possible. Yeah, I'll steal from her, and that's pretty much all the preparations I can do, unless I want to start holding corpses from somewhere else, but I think that's going too far unless we are really, really, really up against the wall. Currently, there's no need. I think we had a... Yeah, we have Thievery Dagger, that's why I'll be using this. I'll take the Thievery Dagger. How much thievery is that? That is a lot of thievery, probably. Thievery 6. She's not moving, so she should be an easy target. We want the shield. That's the only important part. Yeah, magical metal shield. I like scrolls, so I'll take scrolls. Thunderbird grenade could work really well here, I'll take that. What terror? Frighten them away for a turn. One turn isn't enough to do anything though. Oh, she noticed me. Well, not according to plan. I thought I had more time before she noticed what we do. We can always suck her soul, so as long as we end the fight quickly, all is good. I need to check if the other magisters are hostile to me or not. Not. Excellent. So, didn't go as planned, I guess. A lot of loot, a lot of money. Free for us. No complaints. And I do need to suck up your soul though, so sorry about this. We got a better shield. Potentially a better helmet too. Well, it's better armor-wise, but it has less useful abilities. Armor isn't particularly important to me at the moment. Right, so I guess we're about as ready as we're gonna get.